So you're at home in front of your spiritual bookcase, and you have a question and you would like to know what Swami or Master thinks. What would they tell me? How can I get this question answered? So it might take you quite a bit of time to look into that, and you might not even find the answer that you're looking for. Imagine if you could actually have a conversation with Master and Swami and our ministers and our authors about your question. So that's what I'm demoing today. We have a new tool called the Ananda Library Chatbot, or Ask Ananda Library, and Corral is running the demo back in the back, and it's going to be kind of hard to see up on the screen, but you can kind of follow along, and I'll read for you a little bit too. The Ananda Library has about 6,000 documents in it. About 4,000 of them are from Swami and Master, and the other 2,000 are from our ministers and authors. And it can be a bit like trying to find a needle in a haystack when you're looking for something. So this new chatbot is something that you can put in, you just put in any kind of sentence or summary that you want. It's a little different than doing a Google search. It's really, you can just kind of converse with it. And it will come back with basically when you put something in, put a query in, it will find 4 sources in the library, 4 little snippets, excerpts or within the articles that it has deemed the best matches to whatever you put in. And then it will use those 4 snippets to also generate a summary answer for you that you can use. Now, some people like the summary answers and some people don't. That's fine. The sources, you can always click back in to go directly back to the Ananda Library. So either way you like to use it is great. I'm going to get a question from somebody in the audience that we can put in here. So I'm looking for something. You can use the chatbot for like spiritual, if you have a spiritual concept that you're wondering about, or an everyday problem, or an article you're needing to write, or a class you need to prepare for, a connection between 2 things. It's the kind of thing that you can't really search for with a traditional search, is like, tell me about the connection between creativity and Dharma, or something like that. But this can actually kind of get at some of that. So Corral's running the thing back in the back, and somebody in the room here just yell out a question. Adam, go ahead.
What is the connection between salvation and enlightenment?
Okay, so Corral, can you put in, what is the connection between salvation and enlightenment? So he's typing that in there, and then he's going to submit it, and the query takes maybe 10 or 15 seconds to run, and then we're going to get an answer back, and then I can just tell you whatever I want because you can't really see it on the screen. But the people online will keep me honest. So, okay, so if you scroll back up to the top of that, so we got an answer back here. So right at the top, it sources, Essence of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 31, You Shall Attain Me. Clarity Magazine Archives from 2015, April. Love is a Magician, Revelations of Christ, Whence the Correction, and a New Dispensation. And so at the top of it says, salvation and enlightenment are deeply interconnected concepts in the teachings of Master and Swami. Salvation can be understood in 2 primary ways. 1, find liberation from all karma, and there's some details there. And then 2, freedom from earthly karma. And then there's a little bit more content down below that. So if you go back up to the sources, Corral, can you click the little triangle next to one of them? So just to the left of each source, you can click the little triangle, and it will give you the blurb from the article that it's found, and you can read each of those blurbs if you want. You also can click the link at the top, and it will go into the Ananda Library and open the source article, and you can read the whole article, or the whole chapter of the book, or what have you. And so there he is, going into You Shall Attain Me. Great, thank you. So, pretty cool, right? Nice, fun, deep search you can do. So if you scroll down towards the bottom of this, there's some little icons. You can, now if you like the answer that it wrote, you can click that little copy icon on the left, and it will copy it to the clipboard. Now you can paste it in, email somebody, save it, use it as a start of an article, that sort of thing. You can also click the like icon there, which likes it, so when other people are looking at your answers, because these answers are by default public, then you can see what people are liking. And the downvote, the little thumbs down icon there, that is just a private signal back to basically to me to say, I didn't really like this answer so much. It's a way to flag it so that I can go through and see like what's not working, because it is there's a lot of fine tuning and tweaking that's going on. It's experimental, it's not perfect. And so, feel free to use that. It is a private signal. It's not going to show up anywhere. So let's do a follow-up query. Now, this is a conversation, so we got that first thing back. So let's say if I didn't like it, I could type in and say, no, you didn't get it right. And you just talk to it. Literally say, that's all wrong. Don't put this in, Carl, but just say, that's all wrong. And, please, give me something in bullet points or give me a table or something like that. But in this case, let's say we like it. So Carl, if you can type in, turn this into a outline and schedule for a one-day class on the subject. So that would be kind of cool if we could do that, right? But I'm just joking, it can't really do that. No, actually it will do it. It will do it. So if you wanted, you could say make a sea shanty out of it. I mean, you can really say whatever you want. And so it takes a little longer because it's generating more content. But now if you scroll back to the top of that answer, you can see right there, it's got 4 new sources for you. And then it's got, scroll down a little bit. There's a one-day class outline, the connection between salvation and enlightenment, morning session, salvation, the teachings, definition, types of salvation, Q&A, break, enlightenment in the teachings. So it's quite amazing. And then let's say that this is a successful course, and you've decided that you have to take this to South America, and you're going to go to Argentina with it. So Corral, can you just put in, give that to me in Spanish? That won't work, will it? So it turns out, and this is something I just discovered a couple weeks ago, you can actually talk to it in any language. And you can have it, in this case, so there it is. So it's pretty fun. I actually had it write 50 meditation tips in 50 different languages. And so you don't even need to tell it Spanish. You can just start typing in Hindi and it will respond in Hindi. So it's pretty fun stuff. Yes?
You mentioned that it posts queries, but are they anonymous or do
They are, yeah. So thank you. That's the next thing I'm going to show. Okay. Yeah. So Dunbar was asking, are the queries anonymous or how does that work? So the queries are by default logged. The first time you go to use the service, you get a little pop-up reminding you of this, like, hey, your queries are logged. If you don't want them logged, there's a little down in the bottom right corner, there's a little start private session button or link. And if Carl, go ahead and click that. It'll just say reload page to end private session. And now any further queries you put in, the only thing that gets logged, and it's only for me, is something that says private query response 48 words, something like that. And your IP address isn't logged or anything like that. But if you don't check that, then we do log them and we do make them available to people. So now, Carl, if you can click all answers at the top, this is the other section of the site, is the all answers section. And I can actually see the questions we were just posting here. There's give that to me in Spanish. And if you scroll down, you'll see turn that into an outline. So you're seeing all the questions I've asked. What are the connections between salvation and enlightenment? And you'll probably see the heart on that one. And then there somebody asked the difference between peace and calmness an hour ago. And you can scroll down a bunch now.
Let me just say there should be one on there that says, tell me about cooperative obedience.
Yeah, you just went by. Carl, scroll back up one. I just saw it go by. So there it is. What is cooperative obedience? So here you have the sources. They're a little more discrete, but you can click them and it'll open up. Yeah, go ahead and click it and show it. And then you have the copy button and the little heart icon. So that's most of the demo. There's certain kinds of queries this is not really good at. And so this is like any tool, we're going to discover the best uses for it. Somebody had put in a query and wrote me about this. How often is the word attunement used in Swami's book, Rays of the One Light? And that's the kind of query it doesn't do well at, because what it's doing is it's matching to 4 snippets from across the entire corpus, and and 4 little excerpts. So it's not looking at one whole book, and it doesn't do the search that way. So you access this from a link at the top of the Ananda Library homepage, or you can go to ask.anandalibrary.org to get to it. Give us feedback. We're making this for you. We want it to work well. We need feedback for it to work. I'm going to be at lunch today at the table at the EL with the group. Say, oh guys, bring your phone by. We'll try it. All you have to do is just log in. There's a simple password you have to put in, which is on that Ananda Library page. Log in, put in a query, and we can just do 2 minutes on your phone and you can try it out.
Well done. This is a tremendous labor of love that has produced this. Now, for everybody in the room who knew that in the 2015 edition of Crystal Clarity magazine, there was an answer, and you knew what that answer was, ignore the rest. But for those of you who didn't know that and didn't have that on your bookshelf, can I recommend, and I mean this seriously, sometime between now and the end of the weekend, go on the library, click on this, and actually use it. Because if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. And if you do use it, you're going to use it again and again and again. So it is a tremendous resource. It's got, I do searches on various AIs, but this has exclusive content of our teachings. And it is, as you can see, a very, very powerful resource. So please, please, do go on there, do use it, and then give feedback to Michael, because in a year, it'll be better than it is now. So anyway, a nice homework assignment.